Hi, I'm Gail Spiro from Moving Memories Photography and a proud ambassador for Kate Backdrops. Today I'm going to show you how I set up a room set. Specifically today we're going to be using the Spring Flowers Forest Path room set from Kate Backdrops. So welcome to my garage / photo studio. The supplies that I use are just simple clamps, lots and lots of clamps. You want to have some props that go with your backdrop ready to go, which we will put in after we put down the floor. That's a really easy way to make your corners look better because it's hard to get the corners perfect on a room set. I use a corner backdrop stand. A lot of people use walls and magnets to their walls and so forth, but I'm just going to show you the way I do it. These backdrops come with a very nice pocket for your backdrop stand. I personally am not going to be using the pockets today because I find that if I clamp the backdrop over the top of the stand, I can overlap it a little bit, which allows for lower ceilings when I raise up my drops. I also like to leave a little bit of overlap in the corner when I hang the drop so that after it's all hung, I can pinch the two walls together and make it look as tight as possible. What I forgot to say before when I was including what supplies that I was using, this is very important. I use a Kate 8x10 rubber floor mat on the ground. It gives me a really nice way to tuck the sides underneath, and more important, as you'll see later on in the video, it gives me something to stretch the fabric floor over, and I will use clamps to hold it onto the rubber floor mat. So that doesn't matter what it looks like, it won't show, but it's really nice to have a floor mat underneath. When you're putting up a corner set, it's really important to have an assistant. When you are raising the poles, and you've got 3 poles, if you try to do it by yourself, it's going to get awkward and very tippy. So I have an assistant, and we are going to start raising our poles up a little bit at a time. So I have the backdrop raised and it's not tightened or perfected yet, and I realized that even though I had it go through the dryer cycle for 20 minutes with a damp towel, I still have some wrinkles that I don't want to mess with in Photoshop. So I'm taking a steamer and very lightly and easily steaming all of the wrinkles out. Okay, once I'm pretty happy with how the backdrop is hanging, I'm going to use these Velcro bungee cords and just pull the backdrop a little bit tighter on the sides. Stretch them out, try to get as wrinkle-free and taut as possible before we start dealing with the bottom and the floor. So for the corner, I like to use these little mini clips, and I will start towards the top. Pull my corner tight. Remember I said in the beginning I leave a little overlap. The pattern doesn't 100% match, and that really won't be obvious or won't show in your photos. The subject should be more in focus than the backdrop anyway. So I just go down the line with my little clamps. I clamp the 2 sides together, and then when I'm done with that, I can also go back in with the Velcro and bungee cord system and pull it towards my middle backdrop stand. I hope that makes sense. So the next step after you've gotten your drop up and your corner fixed up is I am going to tuck I have a little bit of overlap of the backdrop on the ground a couple of inches, a few inches. I'm going to very carefully tuck the backdrop under my rubber floor mat in such a way as that I do not warp the drop. You still want the drop to fall straight, particularly when you have something like I have over here with architecture, with a door and a straight line of a wall. Try to be really careful to keep these drops very straight. Okay, we are ready to put down our floor. So on top of my rubber floor mat, we are putting down the fabric mat that goes with this drop. And with the help of my assistant, we are going to tuck a couple of inches under the rubber floor mat on these two edges. Okay, for the final step in getting the floor down, after we've tucked it under the two back walls, I pull the floor straight, and again, my assistant is holding it down for me as I pull it taut. And this is the part that's really important to understand, because when anybody walks on this, and yes, we will fix this up in a minute, but when anyone walks on this, it is going to wrinkle. And those wrinkles are a pain to get out in editing. So I fold over my rubber floor mat. Here's the edge of the fabric drop, rubber floor mat. Pull that carpet, pull that rubber, the fabric floor taut and clip it. Again, so I'll go all around this drop on all the edges. Pull it taut, and I use these really strong, kind of hard to open clips on purpose to really hold it tight. So we're getting a nice smooth line here. And there you have it, a beautiful room. I mentioned getting props that go with your drop. It's always nice to put something in the corner to hide any imperfections, because let's face it, there's always going to be a difficult corner. But other than that, it's a gorgeous room and we're ready to shoot. And one of the things I love about these rooms are how versatile they are. You can shoot this way, you can shoot this way, you can shoot into a corner, you can shoot back, you pull back, you can get close-ups. It gives you so many different opportunities, all in one sitting, for many different shots in your gallery. I hope you have fun with your Kate backdrops. Have a great day.